advantage. And so it looks like both of these players are ready to go. I'm just going to double check, and both of these are ready. So let's get this underway.
Let us indeed, and see who is able to triumph here. Will Sheth be able to continue this momentum through the series? Will Stephano be able to equalize? Will it indeed prove that it is actually his weakest matchup as he claims?
We will see, we will see. And Sheth looking on form today.
Monstrous.
Must have got some good sleep last night.
Oh, yes. Well, Sheth very, very chilled out. I'm sure he was taking care of his health in that regard very carefully. And we've seen so many times that players have fallen down due to a lack of sleep. I was actually talking to White Raw yesterday. He had great success in his first set of games. And I said, White Raw, did he get any sleep? He's like, yes. Yes, he had so much sleep. He was well rested. And he always performs so well when he's had a lot of rest. And then you see some really bad games from him if he hasn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to get started right here on the TSL3 Metalopolis. It's my pleasure to bring you Liquid Sheth, who's currently one up in this best-of-3 series. He is playing Zerg in the blue trunks to the east of this particular map, versus his opponent in his trademark pink. It is M+Stephano, and he is also playing Zerg to the west.
Had to blow my nose once again, but I'm good to go now. And we do see Stephano. We talked a lot about him last weekend in the IPL4 qualifiers, being a former talent. You could almost say, when I was like 12 years old and whenever I used to play Football Manager, there was when you used to find a talent like 15-year-old football player in that game, it was called like a wonder kid.
Yeah.
And in this game too, and previously, Stephano is that wonder kid. In Warcraft 3 at 14 years old, was being able to take games off the best in the world. It's like, how does that even make sense? Like, how does he do it? And he's been so persistent in his career to just be consistently hammering away, practicing hard, getting great results, and we're finally seeing him as he gets older now, as he's approaching 18, 19 years old. He's doing so well in StarCraft 2, getting a full-time contract with Millennium, leaving school to focus on StarCraft 2, whereas on the other hand, Sheth has been around for a long time. You know, he was actually known as Chosen within StarCraft 1, and he was actually a fantastic player with StarCraft 1 as well. Meanwhile, looking at this, we do actually see the extractor going down for Sheth here. Spawning pool relatively early too, so both these players basically banking that this map, sometimes you see a lot of hatchery first here, and people get away with it. And both of these players actually being like, all right, if you're going to go hatchery first, man, I'm going to do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, now Stephano did get his extractor up first before the pool, whereas Sheth went for the pool first and then that. He's going to use an extractor trick right here. He's not going to take the second one. And that means that things like roaches, things like banelings will come up slightly quicker for Stephano, but the rush distance should nullify that.
Well, basically, I've seen exactly the same build from Sheth once again. It's a very stable build. You go ahead and you can get an early hatchery because you get the extractor a little bit later, but at the same time, you're able to get speed so you can maintain map control. And it's actually 20 seconds behind Stephano's or so. So that's actually not too bad. It should start researching any moment now. There it is. So 25 seconds or so behind Stephano's, and Stephano likewise getting his own expansion up this time, and does decide to go back into gas here. Probably wants to mine up to around 50, and then you can kind of keep two in gas, and then you can actually build a baneling nest to play defensive this map. Usually you're going to be seeing a lot of aggression coming out because it's a lot harder to defend on this map than any others, and Stephano with a 4-link block here on his natural ramp.
It'll do the job, and Sheth's Zerglings are able to get out of there. One of them's losing a leg, apparently. It can't be saved, I'm afraid, but it should be all right. It'll just hobble along. It's very enthusiastic about the whole thing.
And there is that baneling nest for Stephano going down as he immediately hits 50 gas. So Stephano has the option to be aggressive, but the way that he's got a second queen out already from the main, he's going to potentially creep spread down to the natural. It looks like Stephano may be the one playing a little bit more passive, and both these players tiptoeing around, as actually Sheth has exactly the same kind of build as off, apart from he's 1 in gas compared to Stephano's 2 in gas, or now actually in 4, which is a little bit of a mistake here by Stephano. But drones are in the making for Sheth. Only Lings coming out so far for Stephano. Maybe he is going to put a bit of aggression on.
That's certainly a potential. Stephano does see this large force of Lings heading in his direction. Metabolic boost is about to kick in. Baneling nest is on its way for Sheth and should be complete in about 20 seconds. 4 defensive banelings have been morphed in, and Sheth does need to scout those, see them behind the queens. You haven't seen them yet. There you go. He's aware of the presence of the banelings. He's going to try and bust his way through that block, which is not going to work out. He does need to be careful as well not to get hit by baneling splash, and Stephano moving out to try and make that happen. Sheth tempting those banelings out away from the queens, the safety of the ramp. Queens will take significant damage. Ooh, that was a little bit sloppy right there from Sheth, going for it and losing at least 5 Lings, and as a result that attack has certainly failed.
5, 6 drones being made by Sheth right now. He's going to climb up quite far in the drone lead as we actually see Stephano building a couple, but he actually had to have both queens on the natural on the ramp.
So he missed
a lot of injects. So he does not quite have the same lava and the freedom which Sheth has had. Therefore, Sheth is crawling ahead right now. And a defensive spine call thrown down here by Stephano. So he is going to be playing on the back foot a little bit while trying to drone up quite heavily. And Sheth is actually just not even going to rely on a spine call. He's just literally going to use Banelings as best as he can.
Yeah, this is a wide open natural here. It's a little bit dangerous. It's quite hard to defend. But if they go for the main ramp, you can get a killing ground there without too much of a problem. Of course, one Baneling. That was a nasty little detonation there.
And Sheth actually lost quite a few lings
yes,
there.
He did.
Baneling, oh, these queens could be in trouble as long as he just be careful about that single Baneling. And he could actually go into the main here.
Oh, nice detonation right there from Sheth. And there's not a huge number coming up, but the thing is, he is building lings. He will take some damage here, but not a huge amount. There we go. He's got those lings out and can clean that up, and we'll have a look at it. 2 workers killed, not too shabby, but still a lot invested in attack. That didn't do a huge amount, and Sheth has actually kept up with most of the injects. The problem is that he's missing one on the base right now.
Stephano still has 4 in gas in the main base. Uncharacteristic mistake here from him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, throwing down the evolution chamber. Look at the drones. They're so equal between both these players. 39-37. 2 more are about to pop, though, for Sheth. So it does take a bit of a lead here. And we see the evolution chamber coming down. Basically, what Stephano's going to go for is +1 attack once again. And there is a
oh my god, did you just notice that? Stephano went for the expansion on the 3rd. It got denied, and there was no cancel again. Ooh. So that's a massive blow right here to Stephano's economy. Going for the 3rd was risky in and of itself. Not cancelling it was suicidal.
Indeed, and that's going to hurt a lot. Meanwhile, Sheth actually takes his own 3rd, so that is going to hurt a lot. Stephano is going to try and take that 3rd once again here. Stephano!
No, Stephano, does he just not slept today? This is not looking good for him at all, and those 2 Banelings are easily cancelled out by a single ling each, and there's another cancel. Oh, dear God, Stephano is falling behind here.
And a lot of units are being made from Sheth right now. 10 more links on the way. Queen goes down as well for Stephano. And we could actually see IPL 3 ESWC champion fall in a simple 2-0 versus Liquid Sheth.
Sheth's played so well, though. I mean, really, Stephano, as I said, this is not his best matchup, but really, Sheth is dominating in this series. It's looking really great for him at the moment. That queen is taking a pounding. There's only 1 queen up now, so he is going Lair-Tech, but he's missing lava inject all the time. Sheth is doing no such thing. He's even adding on an extra queen to make it much easier for him to do so. Spread creep, and of course, inject on his 3rd, and this is looking messy. It really is. Sheth's got a drone lead. Sheth's got the army supply lead. Sheth is even getting the tech lead right now. What do you do from here?
Well, the thing is that Sheth doesn't have his Alea, and he doesn't have a Roach Warrant either, so potentially we could see Stephano beat him because he has Roaches out, and +2 should be starting soon as well. The thing is, +1 melee is up for, well, it's coming for Sheth, which means these lings are going to be very, very strong. So Stephano has to actually morph Banelings to combat these lings in a proper fight. So Roach Ling and Baneling against pure lings. And it's going to be hard for Stephano to do so because he's so far behind in terms of macro. Look at this. There's 4 hatcheries about to finish now for Sheth compared to just 2 and a 3rd one on the way.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on this Baneling right here. There's actually 2 of them heading in for the drone line. Sheth's going to have to pick those off, otherwise some damage will be done. It's okay. Oh, well, Sheth, I don't really know what that was all about, but Sheth losing quite a lot of lings there, and as a result, his 3rd is under grave threat. He needs to respond to that immediately, and there's also been another kill right here at the top for Sheth. He gets rid of that 3rd. Right now, Sheth needs to defend against this, though. He's losing his drone line. Not exactly a good situation for him. But to be honest, he could afford it because he did hang on to his hatchery and his queens lived. He has 3 queens operational. That top base is once again not out for Stephano, and Stephano's working on roach speed at the moment, and Sheth actually I think may have even cancelled that lair because I'm sure he started it and then cancelled, so he's beginning that one again. He does have problems with his tech with the roach speed on the way and a large roach count and +2 as well, so Sheth's got to do something about that pretty soon, and of course continues to try and actively deny that 3rd base.
But the thing is, these 4 hatcheries that Sheth has, he's able to just build 20 of anything he wants immediately, and once again look at that whole position into the mineral line, killing so many workers. 23 overall, 25 have been killed in this game so far for Sheth.
That's absolutely devastating right here for Stephano. He can't take that kind of punishment, and it may force Stephano into an all-in scenario where he simply throws all the roaches he's got. And Sheth's actually building 14 roaches now. So even if this does come, there's going to be more roaches awaiting Stephano by the time it arrives, plus the link support, plus the queens. This is a very desperate push right here from Stephano, and I don't know if it's going to work.
+2 is still literally like 100 seconds away. It's not going to complete. Speed will help out a little bit, which is why Sheth actually has to build spine callers here. But even that, he's just building pure units. Roach and Lings. Lings with +1 attack are going to do so much damage because these Roaches can surround and hold them, while Sheth's Roaches of his own just do so much damage.
And there he goes. He's bringing the Lings in right there. He's able to pick off one Roach, and Stephano getting hammered in this series. Sheth throwing an absolute dominance in this matchup. Stephano just going to move into the natural, but that means he's just going to walk right into a trap. Lings are just consistently harassing the back of that. He wants to get moving. There you go. He's actually got some momentum now that his Roach speed has complete. Looking for +2 as well, but still, it's not being able to stop the Lings that are constantly harrying the back. It's like a herd of bison right here, with Jackals just picking off the weak one at the rear over and over again.
Indeed, and unfortunately, as these Roaches go down, I can't see Stephano doing anything from here. He's building 10 more Roaches. +2 is going to finish, but the sheer amount of units and stuff that Sheth has is just overwhelming. 26 more Lings are in the way from 4 hatcheries. That is so easy to do so. We do see Stephano harassing this third base with a couple of borrowed Roaches, but very easily shut down. Once again, this third base of Stephano is going to have to get cancelled.
You can never have this third base. Expansion is not allowed, and Sheth refuses to give planning permission for this hatchery. Oh, there you go. What a fantastic series. GG. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheth, a 2-0 victory over Stephano. What a great start to his day 2.
And Rejats is called by Stephano.
Rejats, indeed.
And that is this group in itself is a difficult group. We have Naniwa, Sheth, Stephano, and Cloud. Cloud is on form again recently. He's obviously been inactive because of personal injury. Indeed, and he's playing very well right now. And then there's Naniwa. It's and only 2 people advance from here, and Stephano losing the first game of today is not going to set him up well. He basically has to almost guarantee a win against second place MLG finisher. And to be honest, that will be a good game. I'm sure that Tosis or Day9 are going to be covering that one, because Stephano and Naniwa have never properly played before in an official tournament. And they're always like, who's the best player, who's the best non-Korean, and these 2 names always pop up. So these 2 in the same group, that's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Oh, man.
The next game we're going into will be Cloud versus Sheth, so we're actually going to follow Sheth around into his next game.
I'm okay with following Sheth. That sounds fun.
And it is scheduled in the next 15 minutes, so Sheth may want to just go take a little bit of a break, get some water and so on, before playing against Cloud. Cloud, though, is a little bit up against the wall. Despite his recent form, Sheth is still a fantastic player. Cloud, though, will he be able to pull it out? Because he's lost versus players within Europe and small players in the ESL and EPS. Will he be able to go against a Titan like Liquid Sheth?
Well, you never know, do you? I mean, Cloud can always surprise. He really can take out the best of them as well. So Sheth's going to have a momentum moving into that matchup. He's going to be very happy about that. ZBC is always volatile. Yeah. Being able to pull off such a convincing win against Stephano, that puts him in great stead going through. Stephano's going to basically win everything from here on in order to guarantee himself a place through. And Sheth, on the other hand, can kind of coast it here and is... Let's be honest, he's going up against the weakest player in that group. That's not staying much. Yeah. There's 4 extremely powerful players, but Cloud is very slightly under those, I would say. And Sheth's got a good shot, and if he takes that game, he's almost certain to go on.
Indeed. Let's have a look at some other results as they come through down in the second day of Group 1. It looks like Huck 2-0's Idra
very
for
nice.
The first game of today. Meanwhile, Naniwa is currently 1-0 against Cloud as well. And that's the only games going on so far, so it's not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we will go to a music break, folks. We brought the tunes this time around, so you guys will not be bored during this break. And please remember to check out the rest of the streams. TeamLiquid.net is the place to go for these, and it's like Tasteless has managed to make his way on air, which is impressive. Tasteless did have some problems with his eyes. He was actually going to go.
I think Artosis is solo casting.
Is he really? Yeah. So. What a boss! What a boss! So we are going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you yet more of the action from Dreamhack 2011.